Since that Nate Ament
yes.
shot, yeah, that's some shots count more than 2 points.
Every single player on my roster, we need to see consistency. And it's interesting, guys, we've had this conversation about how different this Tennessee team is from last year's team.
Yeah.
Very new faces compared to some of the guys who had been around Knoxville for a while on that 24-25 team.
Yeah, Estrella, boy, he rushed that one up there.
Did.
Up Alyssa's point. The institutional knowledge that went away for so long, in a sense, he didn't need to say anything. They knew exactly what to do, how to do it, when to do it. Whole new group here, with the exception of a couple, like the sophomore, in Boswell.
Right, but it is February, so that conversation should not impact this team. They're in the month of February. They know how to play the Tennessee brand of ball, and that's the expectation, as it should be.
Yeah, Klafke with a good ball fake, and Eduardo knocks it down. The sophomore out of Brazil. It's a very international team with a couple of players from Brazil, a couple of players from France.
Ole Miss in the zone, and at some point will go man-to-man within the possession, and it's just gone right now.
They need a stop, and Boswell pulls up and knocks down a baseline jumper from 15 feet away.
You listen to Estrella, Carey. Tennessee really talks to the ball at a high level defensively.
Sia lays it up and in, and a chance for a three. Had made just 2 of 16. Casilla shoots the free throw, comes up short. He plays with 4 fouls, nearly just picked up his 5th. He will not 55% for Tennessee, but that one is good.
Oh, no doubt. What gets you beat in the regular season will knock you out in the postseason 9 times out of 10.
Lead is 12 again. It's matching the largest that they've had all night. Store, terrible pass right into the hands of Boswell. Watch out for Ament. Got a head of steam. Lays it up and in.
Ball is exceptional.
And Nate Ament is seeing his draft stock rise.
No doubt.
You look at the mock draft on ESPN. He's back in the top 15. After a sluggish start to his college career, he's poured it on. Store got into traffic, and he will be fouled.
Jimmy, you mentioned earlier that the game appears to be slowing down for Nate Ament. When I talked, it is to play in the SEC, but he gave his teammates a ton of credit. He said Bishop Boswell has been one of his go-to vets to help him not only adjust to college basketball, but of course life here at Tennessee. He said, this is the most fun team I have ever been a part of. They're all hilarious, including Coach Barnes.
Well, I've seen Coach Barnes be not hilarious in practice.
Somebody's feeling it right now, though.
Yeah, he sure is. You put him in that back to the basket on that right side of the floor, pull-up jump shot. It's unguardable.
Store pulls up. He knocks one down. The difference between Ament now and when we saw him at the beginning of the year, rightfully so, after that layup, he puffed his chest out.
He sure did.
He didn't do that in the beginning of the season.
But not in an arrogant way. Just you can see he's breathing confidence that he did not have early. It could be the same thing.
Yeah, they're holding him, fouling him. Store goes over the top. And you can kind of feel the Ole Miss Rebels running out of gas. Count for more than just 2 or the 3 that get put on the scoreboard.
That was him.
Sia sitting down there in the post trying to get it with Estrella one-on-one. Backs his way in and then gets the ball ripped away. And Beard's on the
that will
floor.
Be a tee.
Oh, absolutely.
He might get tossed. He's probably going to get tossed.
4 free throws coming now for Gillespie.
That's the headline since the guy that we love, Mark Fox, got thrown out of here back in.
Oh, I'm sure he will. And now you certainly.
Yeah, that's a good line, and it's a line that you don't want to cross over.
Must have wondered, like, who in the world
physical huddle
is breaking into this huddle of ours?
Cassie just said, "Can we go to the monitor for that contact?" Cassia, as he coached us up before the game.
Exactly. Ament throws it up, and he kisses another one. And of those 20 in this second half. 19. What a performance by Ament and the Volunteers here in the second half. And it really was Nate Ament that helped turn things around.
Listen, Coach Beard, he warned us, right, that he might get tossed tonight. In a conversation with Alyssa, he said that. So I'm just telling you.
The contact that he felt like his guys were getting, so obviously that continued in the second half.
We're going to get grabbed, we're going to get pushed, they're going to knock us around. That's sort of what Tennessee has done, and the other coaches try to make officials and their own players aware of it. Tennessee, man, they are just so good here, Jimmy, in this building. As Ament launches a long one and buries it.
Well, he just went from projected 15th in the lottery to maybe 11th or 12th.
You can kind of feel it, right?
You can kind of feel it, yeah.
That size, that shot has increased in strength. Rebound in traffic and a run out.
Watch this.
No, Evans would foul.
The electric guards in college basketball, Ravi.
All right, Kevin, thank you very much.
So, Cade Phillips was out for the year with an injury, and Nate Ament were playing in the same portion as me. And he has, Nate Ament, great, not good, great hands around the green.
Really?
Yeah, and I think there's something that equates to that, right?
Soft touch, sure.
Yeah.
The object in both games is to put the ball in the hole, isn't it?
It is, and I was just very impressed with how soft his hands were.
Yeah.
With a golf club, and you can see it on the court as well.
Got him trapped here, so he tries to dribble his way out of it, and he can call a timeout, and he got fouled instead.
Palm team in the league in the country right now.
Ament knocks that one down. He now, the last couple of years, and between Dalton Connect and then Chaz Lanier, what was missing was the score. And if Ament is good,
got a real threat with he and Gillespie on the floor together. Gillespie came in averaging 17 in conference play, but look at the streak that this guy's been on the last 4 games. Averaging 23, 24 over the last 4. Ravi, when you hear guys like Nate Ament talking today about the game has slowed down, I'm seeing it better. And that's when games really take off for guys. And that's exactly what's happened for Tin and White the last 3 weeks.
Gillespie step back, no good. And again, they're doing this all without Felix Okpara as Klafke lifts off for 3.
Well, Buckyball and A&M has the SEC lead right now with only 1 loss, and I think they're a serious problem. Their schedule is fixing to become real for Texas A&M, but that style has equated to a bunch of wins quickly in this league. And you and I saw Florida Sunday. They look like the team that can maybe go the furthest in March Madness. Would you agree with that right now out of this league?
The way they looked, putting 72 points up in the paint against a decent Alabama team for sure.
Yeah. And to your point about Alabama, I heard Nate Oates talk. We know they can score. Defensively, where they're going to have to find their footing. This Tennessee team's more than capable. I think their offensive efficiency right now is 40, which needs to continue to improve. It is behind Nate Ament. Defensively, Tennessee in the top 15, which they live under Rick Barnes. We talked about Buckyball, Florida.
There's our guy, Nico Bundalo.
Yeah, we finally got to call his name. Highly recruited out of high school, just hasn't found his spot under Chris Beard yet. But they like his potential.
And the point about Lanier and Connect was the ability of a guy to break you down, create his own shot, which we've seen Ament do a lot, including right there. That's been missing from the Tennessee offense, waiting for Ament to do this. Well, what a night tonight.
What we've seen in the second half from Nate Ament is what everybody saw in high school.
Yes.
I mean, his ability just to take whatever defense you throw at him and go get his shot off. And And it came down pretty much to Tennessee and Duke. He could have gone anywhere, but he wanted to be hard coached by Rick Barnes. And the Kevin Durant influence had something to do with it. Rick Barnes, the last recruiting visit, showed a film of Kevin Durant at Allen Fieldhouse. And after the film, he turned it off. He said to Nate, Nate, if you don't want to be him, go somewhere else. And that's the challenge that he put on Nate Ament, and he's starting to look like it just a little bit.
Followed by Estrella. Now, I would have think that, and you've been around it for so long and coached it, that this idea of coaches criticizing high school kids that come to college, saying that stuff worked in high school. When you can get college to feel like high school,
no doubt.
Then that's what Ament seemed.
Taking any steps going backwards right now.
Well, that's the challenge. I mean, that's the blessing and the curse of it. Ament 26 of the 28. We're getting some chicken tonight.
We are.
We are. You missed 2 in a row. And we are eating. This has been a completely and wildly successful night for everybody rooting for the Volunteers and a free chicken dinner.
58 points in the second half for Tennessee in this game. The 1-point game at halftime. It has been all Vols the last 20. So could Nate Ament about another 3 months from day one. Well, Ravi, we're pointing towards, see the coming up games. A&M Alabama tomorrow night is a big, big game in this SEC. If A&M goes in there and wins, everyone's chasing Bucky Ball the first
What
week
was
of
your
February.
point? They're not a cute story anymore?
No, they're a good team.
Right.
No, they're not a good story. They're a good team.
Jalen Carey, why not? No.
Well, if Kentucky takes care of business tomorrow night against
The top teams in the conference still ahead of them. But look at all those teams with
at Florida. I mean, Kentucky is such an interesting team right now. Just when we thought that they are not going to be an NCAA tournament team, Mark Pope pushes the right buttons. Like I said earlier, that win at Bud Walton is the most impressive win I've seen in the SEC this year.
58 points, Jimmy, in the second half for Tennessee. 58. They shot 56%, made 5 of 12 from 3. Carey got a push. You're going to find many people not in favor
of it. Yeah, but someone has to take. Big day coming up. What is it, Friday this week? The Bediako hearing?
Sure is.
Continues for Alabama.
Yep, February 6th. They'll learn about his future eligibility. Will he be able to finish the season with him or not?
What a second half by the Vols, huh?
They ended the first half 2 of 16. They shot 17 of 31. That's 55%. And they will win it 84-79.